meeting Mary Beth Tinker was truly one of the highlights of this year, and probably for my future career. I've done many PowerPoints about Mary Beth Tinker and her case, and it's an honor and just a privilege to have met her and heard her talk about her experiences. As far as the First Amendment Symposium in general, it's priceless. Students need to know what privileges, what rights they have, and because if you don't know your rights, if you don't know your past, you're doomed to repeat yourself. And yeah, it's just students need to know, and the community needs to know as well, that in certain instances, student journalists do have the right, and just students in general, they have First Amendment rights. And for those who don't, I feel awful almost. It's just they should fight for those rights because they're truly invaluable.
The First Amendment is really important to me, I believe, because of the power it has for education. I think for student journalists and any journalists alike, I think we can use our own experiences to have a hands-on opportunity to learn about the values and how to operate in a democratic society. I think Mary Beth Tinker, the keynote tonight, is a perfect example of the power one individual can have. And it's making that type of change, realizing that it starts with you, the individual, is a way that we can better the community and better the world around us, one person at a time.
Being able to come to the First Amendment Symposium was pretty amazing. My kids were so excited to be able to hear Mary Beth, study her, but to actually hear her, and they were telling me how impressed with her enthusiasm. 40 years later, she still has an enthusiasm, and they're hoping in 40 years they will still carry that banner and be as enthusiastic to believe like she still believes, and to believe in kids. I think that's what's kept me in teaching for so long. I started advising with the Tinker Standard way back when, and it made being a journalism teacher everything that I believed in. To start under a Hazelwood standard would just destroy the right to think, the right to make decisions, and not realize that you really can talk to a principal and make them understand that there are other ways to view things. And I think it's that open communication that, starting under a Tinker Standard, I always taught my students how to think and how to communicate, and not be afraid to stand up for what they believe in. And even today, when they have issues, they're not afraid to go to the principal and have that discussion. Mary Beth sort of brought that to the front today, and it was really worthwhile. I'm glad I came.